All right, Ground Zero Summit, man. 28 amazing speakers, including myself. Make sure you get your tickets, man. It's going to be the best thing you could do this week coming up, May 1st through 3rd. It's a 3-day event. It's going to be phenomenal, man. We got some of the best speaking on this. Some of your favorites you probably follow, man. So make sure y'all go ahead and do what y'all got to do and invest in yourself. Do not procrastinate. Let's get this thing going, the Ground Zero Summit.
There we go. What's going on, my good brother?
What's up, man? Yeah,
man, blessings and opportunities.
Yeah, man. So listen, man, we just really want to this journey is coming up pretty soon for the weekend, man. And the fact that a lot of people, you know, have a chance to join and join the opportunity. I want to pretty much be that person with the tray of samples while they walk by and say, hey, come check this sample out, taste it. So they're like, oh my God, I want a whole plate of this. Matter of fact, you know, I need you to drop me something off every night because this thing's so good. So I want to just really just give them some resource bars, bro. And I know we've been on here a few times, but I really want to stick it through the, you know, stick it in their mind. Like, this is what we need to be for this weekend. If anybody else had anything else to do, I mean, I don't know if it need to get canceled or you just need to make sure that, you know.
Might be time to cancel.
Yeah. It's time to cancel.
Might be time to cancel.
So what I want to really break on is like a few mindset jewels, man. Like, what do you do to stay focused? What do you do to stay focused during times of crisis, like, or just times of mayhem? What do you do?
I think you got to have a ritual of things that you do. You understand me? Like, I always start with when I rise in the morning. You understand me? First thing I do before anything, and I got this written in my book, it's called the Great Rising Routine, because we get away from morning in the morning. That's like sad and depressive. So you win that great rising. The first thing I do is before I even open my eyes, I got to smile first. You understand me? It got to trigger those neural connections and endorphins, and it got to make my mind know there's about to be a good day. Second thing I do is I make my bed up. Why? Because, and I'm sure you've probably heard this before and other people may have heard it, because it really does set you up to start completing goals for the day, right? Once you get that first win in, endorphins, and again, they're like, okay, we done completed something. Automatically, your mind goes to what's next. So it starts to get into a productive loop. Third thing, I want to go brush my teeth with the opposite hand. You understand me? It starts to create neural connections that you normally don't have, right? So that's building up a strong, what they call white matter and neuroplasticity in your head. Now, this may be extreme for other people, but I do this as well. I take cold showers, right? Cold showers are for believability. They do this a lot also in like Marine training and in the Army and things of that nature. It really rewires you, especially if you haven't done it before. But I think about my goal and the shower at the same time. So what it does is now I have a physical attachment to that goal. So there's a physical stimuli. So now I believe myself because I'm in there thinking about this the whole time. Cold, you understand me? But it's mind over matter. So this is really disciplining the body. Plus, it actually has more health benefits than taking a hot shower that you all can look up and do some research on. I would say read something. You understand me? A lot of people don't read. Reading, they say that the U.S. labor statistics set out and said that the average person reads only 19 minutes a day in the U.S. You understand me? That's really not enough. When you're reading, you're connecting the left and that right brain. It's creating a much more sharper brain. The reading mind is a very dangerous mind, so you want to tap in. Write something down as well. So write a goal for the day, or just write what you want the day to even feel like, or what you want it to be like. Once you do that, you're giving your day direction. You understand me? So you definitely want to give your day some type of direction instead of it just being chaos and saying, well, let's see how this day go. No, you get to set the tone of the day, and I don't think people realize that that's the reality. Next thing, I might pivot towards health. I want to drink some water with some lime in it or something of that nature. I want it to be clearing out my liver, my colon, whatever it may be. So now you're thinking about your health. You're thinking about your wealth. You're thinking about really setting up a good disciplined day. Get you a workout in, maybe 19, 20, 30 minutes per day. You understand me? That's going to make you more focused, at least at the hour or 2 hours after you're done working out. So now when you go to complete your task, your mind is zeroed in. if you want to, you can walk outside and get you some fresh air, oxygenate the brain. You understand me? So now you can think clear. If you don't have any of those things within your day, you got a death style that you're kind of living. You understand me? You should have something towards your goals, something towards your health, something towards your body, something towards your mind, your heart, your stomach. All these things should be activating because you're essentially getting yourself ready for the day so that you can conquer it. So that's just a conquering mentality. And then another thing I like to say is that there's no such thing as a bad day. There's just a bad reaction to things that happen within the day. You understand me? So you have to cultivate a good mood daily. A mood is one long reaction to an emotion. So we can have something, you know, they say you get out the bed, you have a stub your toe, it can start to create a loop of a bad day because you still reacting to that emotion that you had. You understand me? So in order to get rid of that emotion, you have to now look forward to something. So a person that doesn't have a vision, doesn't have a goal, they have nothing to look forward. So now they're just stuck on this past loop that they were triggered. You understand me? And now their day ends up being what they call bad is because they're still reacting to something that happened within their day. So never end your day off bad. You understand me? Always go to sleep smiling as well. Wake up smiling, and your whole day just becomes this big loop of completing goals and tasks and being on point to be disciplined and focused. Like that should be the winners. You should take it as like every day is like a battle to win. You understand me? And life is the war, but you have to win your daily battles.
Mm. Yeah, I think it's you touched on some powerful points, man, and you went off just now. And one of the things is getting your day started correctly. And you set the tone for your day, right? Like you say, you get up, you might want to do a smile when you get up. Me, I do a push-up as soon as I get up, boom, hit 5, bum, bum, you know? And honestly, when you say you create your bed, I mean, you make your bed is building willpower. When you start something, you finish it, you're building willpower. Okay, so as you're creating these different moments of the day, the more willpower you're building on starting something and finishing something. Because a lot of times we start stuff and we don't finish it. We go to the gym for a week, a month, and just quit because we haven't built the willpower to just keep going. So as you're building this every single day, you're building our muscles up for yourself, right?
Absolutely.
And as you're building these muscles, it get intertwined into everything else you're doing. It's not necessarily based on just your efforts in the morning. It's applied to everything else you're doing in life. And all of a sudden you start seeing this show up in every other place in your life. Physical workouts, it can be, you know, your business, it can be your personal life, it could be, you know, your mental health. Like all that stuff starts showing up because you realize that this is what I need to do. The more I start completing tasks, and like you said, even in the morning, as soon as you get up, you smile, that's a task completed. Get up, you make your bed, that's a task completed. You took that across the finish line. So as you're taking things across the finish line, you're able to start building that willpower that's going to get you through a lot of things in life, right? Because no willpower, what you going to do? You're going to quit on everything you got going on. Nothing is ever going to make across the finish line.
Hey, willpower is the real power, man.
Yep.
You really can't beat it. I mean, and then also just mastery, like mastery of self, like how much, like being able to measure how much control you have over yourself. You understand me? And that's so real because I don't care who you are. If you give yourself an order, right? So let's say if it's you, Spec, and you say, you know what? You create this goal. Now, for two people, one's going to be easy, one's going to be hard. If you say, you know, I'm about to watch Netflix, I'm about to binge this show all day long, and I'm about to do nothing of business at all. Now, for you, it's going to take you a lot of willpower to complete that goal because the natural rhythm of your day is set up to completing goals and getting work done. So now you go venture off and probably end up taking a phone call. You understand me? You go probably end up doing some work. Now, somebody else, they say, you know what? I just want to do nothing, binge watch Netflix. It's going to be easy for them to be able to do that because it's already set up with their habits. You understand me? So that's going to be an easy goal to be able to complete. You want to get to that point where your willpower is stressed to where your habits are constantly completing goals. So even if you gave yourself a task of something that was a liability towards your life, it will be hard for you to be able to do that, right? And so the way you can set your mind up to be a master of productivity is to work on those things in a daily rhythm. You understand me? So when you start to give yourself an order to be like, you know what, I'm about to start this business. I got this idea. I'm about to execute. I'm going to do my research. I'm going to get my knowledge, right? Now you gonna tell yourself that, but your body's like, you know damn well we ain't about to do all that. It ain't gonna believe you. Like, who? That ain't you. You understand
Yeah.
me? So you don't even have that believability within self because you haven't proven to yourself that that's the type of person you are, right? Because you procrastinate on the daily. So you have your conscious thoughts, then you have your subconscious thoughts. And so what you're trying to do every day with your rhythm is you're knocking on that subconscious door like, look, I got something else that I want us to become. You understand me? We're going to become active in this. I got another goal I want us to complete. So if you're adjusting yourself and saying that I want to be the master of myself and my slave is my body, you understand me? But how great of a master are you? Because if your body doesn't listen when you tell it to do something, it means that you don't have that much control. So you have to start focusing and start practicing discipline and mind control activities. And one of them can simply just be like, if you lack control, for one, learn how to give up something. Give up that one prevalent thing. Start to reset yourself. I love to say that it doesn't take 21 days to make a habit. It takes one day. That's the day you start and the day you don't quit. But that's only true for a disciplined person. A disciplined person can start a goal any day. So let's say if I ate meat last night, but today I say I'm a vegan, or the moment I'm done eating that meat, I say I'm a vegan. That's true for me as long as I don't go back on my word. So how bonded are you with your own word to start setting a new tone for your life? So
Yeah.
you have to set that up for yourself to say that, damn, why it taking me 21 days to have control over myself? So, set yourself up with discipline, learn how to sit still for a minute and start to just control yourself and have discipline over who you are.
Well, it's crazy. People always like jump into things and they want to take these huge leaps, but changes happens in 1% increments. You don't have to jump and go so drastic. Like if you go to the gym and you say, hey, let me just get to the gym for 5 minutes. You're going to end up 10,
Yeah.
20, 30, 40 minutes,
Yeah.
right? But if you
Small
think about
wins.
it, if you increase what you want to do as a goal in 1% increments, in 100 days, you at 100%. You don't have to go straight to 30, 40, 50% right out the gate. Start slow. Just win the day. Don't worry about next week, a month from now. Focus on one day at a time. And as you're focusing on one day at a time, that's your 1%. And as you're growing and growing and growing, it's 1%, 1%, 1%. Don't be like, oh man, I gotta make $1 million in this month. No. Rewind that. How much is $1 million divided by whatever number? Or how
Right.
much is $1 million within a year? Divide that number into 136 days. And how much is that? And which is $3,777, right? And now you take that math and now boom, you hit your million. But if you automatically say, man, I got to hit $1 million in a year, and you're not going by micro goals, you get discouraged. You get discouraged too quick because you're like,
Right.
man, I ain't where I need to be, right? And you're automatically talking yourself out of it, right? And that's back to signing the contract within yourself. So you believe in yourself, right? It's like, oh, I'm about to kill it today, but in your mind
Right.
are like, yo, Spec, if you don't cut that out, bro, you know damn well we about to sit in this bed and, like you say, binge watch Netflix. You ain't doing nothing. So
Right.
you got to be able to sign a contract within yourself so you understand that if I can't even stay true to myself, then how can I stay true to somebody else? How can I stay true to the person, my spouse, or somebody who wants something from out of me when I can't even keep a contract and stay faithful and committed to my own contract within myself, the accountability mirror. That would David Goggins talk about that. You look into the mirror and you have accountability for the things that you want to do in life. It ain't nobody else's fault. You can't blame your spouse for how you are. You can't blame your past for how you are. You have to take accountability and look in the accountability mirror and say, listen, today this is going to stop. And you have to leave yourself accountable for what you set your own self to do and stay committed to it. Too many people thinking too far down the lens. Let's worry about today. If I don't want to eat meat no more, let's start not eat meat just for today. And guess what? Tomorrow, let's not just eat meat for today. And then you'll be able to stay consistent on your path to success. If not, you're going to talk yourself out of it because you're going too hard. You trying to hit
Absolutely.
the gym and you trying to do a 3-hour workout on the first day. Like, you gonna wear out. You ain't gonna want to do it no more. Go in there, take a micro step. Boom, get in there 10 minutes. Woo, you made it to the gym. Come back tomorrow. Try to do 7 minutes. Try to do 8 minutes. 1% increments. You'll get you to the 100 even faster.
Absolutely. That's completely key. You said something, you know, if you're the type of person that's constantly changing goals, constantly changing dreams, constantly changing jobs, constantly changing spouses, it lets you know you're the type of person that's afraid of commitment, right? You're the type of person that doesn't have that strong will and able to complete goals and see them all the way through. So it really gets to a real auditing of self and like, do I even have that positive trait that's necessary to complete the goal that I say I want to? Am I even the type of person that can do it yet? Right? Because yes, I can create a goal to say, let's say if I did say, yo, I want to get $1 million next month. Am I the type of person that has that knowledge? Do I have that executive ability? Do I have the network? Do I have the team? Do I have the product? Do I have the service? Right? So being realistic and building up the infrastructure behind those goals and building up the mental fortitude behind is important. Because yes, there's a version of you that exists that has the potential to take whatever goal that you had in mind and get it done. But is that you currently? Right? So you have to build yourself up to become the type of person to be able to achieve all of the thoughts that you have in here. And so sometimes you have thoughts that's up here that's too big for the current person that you are. So you have to build yourself up to where you become bigger than your own goals and they become easy to complete. To where you say, oh, 100,000, oh, that's easy. I remember when that was hard. You understand me? For yourself maybe 3 years ago, that was a dream. Now it really is a goal, right? So those are different between having a dream and a goal. You understand me? A dream is less obtainable in the short term. You understand me? A goal is something that you know how to get completed, really. Something that you know how to get done. So you have to ask yourself, who am I in the moment? And who do I need to be in the future in order to get to that moment to where I'm successful and I've completed every goal that I have on my list? So are you strong-willed? Do you have a defined sense of purpose? Are you able to cultivate a strong will? Or are you a drifter? Are you a procrastinator? Are you afraid of commitment? Are you the type of person constantly switching jobs, committed to failure instead of success, and can't apply yourself and still searching? So navigate between those two selves and figure out who you are.
Yeah, I like it. People who change their number 3, 4, I don't even save the number no more. If you change your number more than 2 times in a year, you unstable, right? You got to figure out how to get it together, right? You got
My
to make
number
sure.
been the same for too many years. I heard the OG say, look, I don't owe nobody. My number the same.
No, serious talk, man. Like, and that's what it's about, bro. It's really about, us understanding what we need to do to get where we got to go, right? A lot of times we get discouraged on our journey, right? Because we don't take advantage and live in the present moment. So as we're getting wins, we have to sit down and celebrate it. But we want so much in life, we don't even celebrate the small wins.
Right.
So when you celebrate the small wins, there's one thing you could sit there. Every small win you have, when you have it, you write it on a little sheet of paper. You fold it up and put it in a cup, or put it in a hat, or put it in a jar. And at the end of the month, go back and go look at it. Reflect on all those small wins. So you can start appreciating, because we have so many goals and we think so big. We don't think about the little things that happen that we can really appreciate.
Right.
We don't know that, man, we just did the Ground Zero Summit. We got over 1,000 registrants, and everybody who's going to go and apply that knowledge and become more successful in life. They have knowledge and nuggets that they can take and implement for their whole life. That's a win. It don't matter, even if we wanted 10,000 people there, it's still a win. So let's reflect on that win, and let's say, man, we did this. Let's say me and Keys, 19 Keys, got on this, on this live, and somebody took some nuggets and went and executed on it. And all of a sudden they DMing me like, yo, Spec, that was amazing, bro. My life changed because that's a micro win. Let's celebrate that. Right. And we got to think that as people, to really sit back, reflect on the good. We too busy worrying about what we don't have, or what this person have, or how people are thinking about us and what we should be having, that we don't even appreciate what we have that's around us. We're not in the present moment. We're not appreciating our relationships. We like, oh, why I ain't friends with this person, or why this person ain't talking to me? Like, who cares?
Right.
Like, let's talk about the people who are in front of you right now. Let's talk about the relationships you do have. Let's talk about the people that is acknowledging you. Let's talk about, you know, what you do have. Like, I could say right now, like, not even me. Let's rewind it even me. Let's say Bill Gates. Bill Gates was the #1 richest man in the world for so many years. He dominated the top of the top of the world of the most wealthiest person. Jeff Bezos literally did what Bill Gates did within half the time, if not 3/4. I mean, 1/4 of the time, and he did it way younger than him. So now he can look at, like, literally the richest man in the world could look at somebody that blew right past him, which is Jeff Bezos, who owns Amazon, is double his net worth. I think they just said Jeff Bezos is a trillionaire right now, the first trillionaire. So, like, think about that. Like, Bill Gates could literally have an issue with that. And be a person to feel like, wow, not only did this man do it in double the amount of faster time than me, but he's the first trillionaire. That was supposed to be me. He can go to bed and want to kill himself that night.
Right.
If he was the person that thought of things half empty instead of half full.
Factory.
So no matter how much money you got, you need to appreciate what you have. Because even the richest man in the world, who's no longer the richest man in the world, the second richest man in the world, if they had that mindset, he would be unhappy right now with his whole life.
And that goes into appreciating what you have and who you are. You understand me? Like, you never satisfied if you don't love yourself. Like, you can't be satisfied, and you go constantly look for other things to fill that gap of love that you have for self. So, to be honest, sometimes it can be a great driver and a great motivator for you to constantly go get more, because you end up hoarding these things and trying to amass something that can fill what you're missing. So for a lot of people, it could be a thing that gets you to that point, but then at some point you got to stop and be like, I got to actually work on this internally, because nothing outside that I do will fill up this inside that I'm missing. And so that's very reflective and have to be very self-aware of who you are to really figure out, how do I start to heal the damages that's inside, and nothing outside can do anything for me regardless of what I accomplish. So I think about that because it's driven a lot of people to succeed. You know, growing up in poverty and growing up in the hood, or growing up where you have adverse child experiences, you know what I mean, and you go through different traumas, you go put in that survivor's mode to where you rumbling every single day, trying to figure out a way to make life mean something, to make yourself feel that void of not having that parent, or not feeling like you didn't feel loved enough when you was younger, and multiple different things. You understand me? So now you're trying to outwork your problems instead of work through them. But I say that because you can definitely succeed doing that. But at some point, you're going to have to stop, right? Because you'll end up spending all your money either crashing or trying to figure out ways to heal yourself. So you have to find a great motivator, of course, but you also have to do it from a very healthy position. Because let's be honest, no matter who you are, what time period you ever existed, shit, $100 million is enough, let alone $1 billion, 100 billion, $1 trillion. If you find any level of dissatisfaction at that level, you have $1 trillion problems wrong with you. You understand me? And that means that no amount of money could ever fill that gap, but it can keep you on the path of constantly trying to fill it. So you have to ask yourself, what am I going for, first of all? You understand me? And what amount is enough? But you always have to feel like you enough, regardless of what you get.
Yeah. What amount is enough is definitely the key word, because honestly, people can always figure out a way to be unhappy about what they have. Right? You might feel like, oh man, I only got $10,000 in my bank account. It's somebody on overdraft right now.
Right.
It's somebody who's overdraft, like, yo, that was my
I'm
last
not laughing at I'm not laughing at the overdraft. I'm just laughing at the ungrateful.
Trust me, you gotta explain that, bro.
Yeah, no, because I don't want nobody on here like, hey, that's me. No, I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at the idea.
No, but yeah, so no, and I'm just breaking down a perspective, because if you really think about it, it's like everything is perspective. Like, you can say, man, I'm overdraft. I just spent my last $100, or I just lost my job. but it was a person that ain't have a job for a whole year, been trying to get a job. Or it's somebody who ain't been getting a job for a whole year that been trying. It's some people that can't even work because they disabled. It's somebody who's disabled that is going around in a little disabled mobile, but it's somebody that's a vegetable right now.
Right.
So it's like everything that you're saying is always perspective on the way you look at things, because you got to just appreciate where you are in life. Everybody could figure out a negative where they just feel like I'm not good enough, or I don't have enough. It's never enough cars. It's never enough jets. It's never enough houses. It's never enough sex. It's never enough whatever you want. You have to figure out what makes you happy. You have to figure out your own self-love. It's called self-love. Love yourself and understand that the material things, it go and it come. Like no matter what, you die, you can't take none of this with you. I can't say, yo, God, hold on. You know what I'm saying? I'll be right back. I'm trying to go get that watch I just bought, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Let me go get that Rolex I just bought. You can't take none of that with you. So like at the end of the day, you just got to figure out what makes you happy and focus on that.
Right. And that's how you get to that place, what people call purpose, right? To me, that place of purpose is just a place of truth. It's when you operate from the truth of knowing self. So we live in a society where we're constantly lying to ourselves, whether we know it or not, whether we do it on purpose, consciously or unconscious. You understand me? We are in a constant state of lying to ourselves when we're working a job that really is not connected to who we are. We working a lie. You understand me? When we're going for a goal that's not going to really make us happy, we're working for a lie. Yes. You understand me? If somebody texts you and you press laugh out loud and you're not really laughing, that's a lie. You understand me? Like, what it does to your mind is it sets up to where you can no longer believe yourself, right? So every time you lie, now your mind doesn't know when you're serious. So when you are serious about wanting to complete something, your subconscious mind don't know that, because it's like, man, you're always lying about stuff. You're not going to really do that. So once you know who you are, and there's a thing, because we've been taught our whole lives, figure out what career you want to start. What job are you going to get? That's going to be the thing that help you move out the house, make you feel independent, make you feel success or obtain a goal. But oftentimes when we meet people, they ask us, what do you do? But nobody ever asks us, who are you? See, when you ask a person, who are you, you give them the opportunity to search whatever their truth is in that moment. So now your person gets to really practice that throughout time. And now they get to focus on who they want to be instead of what they want to obtain. So therefore, you start to set aspirational goals instead of just ambition. Ambition are the things you really want to go obtain in life. You understand me? You want to go set out for. Aspirational goals are who do you want to become, right? So when we look at legends, young legends that die young, as we call it, I don't think nobody ever dies before their time. It's just that you done what you were supposed to do on this time in earth, and you done enough to set that for the next person. So when we look at a Tupac, he died at 25. We look at a Nipsey, he died at 33. I don't ever remember nobody talking about how much money Pac and Nipsey had. They talk about who they are, how that person made them feel, what they done in that time, how they made other people feel, what they've done for other people, the tone that they set, the type of person that they was, the type of character that they had. So there's too many billionaires and millionaires in a grave that will never be remembered because nobody knows who they are.
Ooh.
So the goal is to become someone worthy of remembering. You understand me? Because nobody really cares what you have if they don't like who you are.
Yes, yes. And ask yourself right now, right? If you died today, would anybody care that you died? Would anybody remember you? And that's just a harsh reality. So you got to figure out from this point forward that you know that is a situation that can happen. What are you doing to put your best foot forward on this planet while you're here?
Right.
And that's why you see Keys with his academy, right? You got your mastermind group. I got my own business school, right? I'm trying to, like, I'm not even saying trying. I'm about to change so many lives. When I'm dead and gone, like, they're going to be like, yo, Spec tried. It's like, if nothing happens with the people and the information that I give them, then they're going to say Spec tried. Right. Spec tried. But it's not even about a try, honestly, for me, because I already know it's in action. My school been in school over like 7-8 months. We have over 1,000 students, right? 1,000 amazing students that
Mm.
that literally say they changed their life from being in the program. Why? Because I'm talking about things that needs to be talked about. I'm talking about a mindset. I'm talking about personal development. And then we get into how to get funding, how to build your brand, how to market, and the things that the average person ain't gonna teach you. Shit that you ain't learning on Google, you ain't learning on YouTube. Things that the wealthy is teaching their kids, things the wealthy is teaching their friends and putting their friends up on game, but nobody doing it for us. So who's gonna do it? Me and 19 Keys, the
Right.
Nipsey Hustles, like the guys that you're gonna remember. So what are you doing now for your community? What are you doing to give back to the culture and figure out what assets and resources you have that you can reach in your phone to right now, that you know if this person had this resource, they would take their business, they would take their life, or they would take whatever they have to the next level. Stop holding on to it. We got taught wrong. The game is not to be sold and not told. Nah. The game is not, don't introduce them to the plug. No, if you got something that that somebody can utilize right now, that's going to help take 19 Keys to the next level, then reach out, say, hey, I see you was looking for this. Here you go right here. Tell them I sent you, right? Or just say, here you go right here. Don't tell them I sent you. Whatever you
Right.
want to do, you need to do it. Stop holding on to plugs. Stop holding on to resources that you know could benefit somebody else's life and take their brand or their life to the next level, right? I don't hold on to nothing.
Facts.
If I got it, I give it, right? And depending on how deep it is, I know that if somebody get a certain thing, I know at that point, people that pay attention. So I put a charge on it, because if you got that powerful information, I do not want you to take it for granted.
Right.
But if I got a resource that you can take advantage of right now, then go take that. Go run with that. But if I'm going to give you a whole curriculum that you need to be focused on, you need to pay attention, right? That's why these fraternities have you eating dirt and doing all type of crazy stuff, because they know once you get in that brotherhood, it's a brotherhood. You got a brother for life.
Absolutely.
So you need to have some type of barrier of entry where when they come into it, they're going to appreciate what they have.
Absolutely. You hit the nail on the head. I mean, the goal is to give as much value as you possibly humanly, godly can. Like if you operate from that place of every day that I wake up, my goal is to provide value to people. And that's what I want to be known for. You will always be in a space where you loved. You will always be in a space where you appreciate it. You'll always be in a space cultivating relationships. You'll always be in a space where money is flowing to you. Why? Because you have the value.
Yes.
Because that's what you do every single day. And then you become better at the things you do consistently. So now you become a master at giving value. But that requires you also to be able to listen to what people need. See, oftentimes we have what we want to give people, and then they have what they actually need. But if you can meet a person's needs, then you provided a value and added value to that person's life.
Yes.
So often it requires listening more than we speak. Because in that time we're not speaking, we're supposed to be observing, taking in information to figure out how we can be more valuable to the world or the people around us. And so that also goes towards listening to yourself. What do you actually love? What are you good at? What do you like to do? When you're completing tasks, how did that make you feel? Self-observation is important to know what you have to be able to give to the world in the first place.
Yes.
So anytime I'm doing something, I said, okay, that kind of made you feel good, huh? You was good at that. Listen to the feedback. They're giving you something. Oh, that person said it changed their life. Okay, you need to do more of that so you can change more people's life. But some people would take what they did and they'd look at the check and be like, I don't know if I want to do this again. It ain't want that much money attached. But look at what value did it bring to the people. Now you can build up a whole legacy out of the things that you're good at and the amount of value that you bring to others.
Yes.
So for me, I believe a legend is an energy that never dies. You understand me? And so as long as you are constantly providing value to people, you understand me? And you're in regardless if you died today, with the work you do continue to live on. That's a question you should ask yourself. If I died doing what I'm doing right now, would I be happy that I died doing the very thing that I wouldn't have wanted to have done anything else? I can honestly say yes. Right? I can honestly say I'm on that particular path as 19 Keys, at the brand, at building with family and things of that nature, that if I died today, I'll be like, well, there was nothing else I would have wanted to do at that time.
Yes.
That's how I know that I'm living in what people call purpose, you understand me, and building a legacy. Because if you go back, I promise you, if I died today and they went back and looked over and reviewed the videos and the content and everything I done, be like, oh my God, can't believe we didn't know of this brother. You understand me? Set your legacy. I'm always thinking of the story now and the story ahead and everything that I do. So
Yeah.
just think about, what do you want your legacy to be? And are you living to fulfill that active role right now?
Yes, yes. And honestly, I'm gonna end it on this though. So in order to get, you gotta give. Right? So many people like, why God ain't blessing me with this? Like, I need this, I need that. But what are you giving? Forget what you need. What are you giving? What have you gave? When you see all the people getting all the blessings, because they giving. They giving game, they giving knowledge, they giving resources, they're helping others. And the universe is watching and they saying, oh, that nigga Spec. They in there like, yo, that nigga Spec, yo, give him something, bro. You see all the stuff, give him something, bro. Like, figure out something you can't figure out, just give him something. Like, and like, it's so many times I see it be a situation and I'm looking at it and I'm like, okay, cool. This person didn't deserve that. But I'm like, you know what? Just give it to him. And literally the next day, like, boom, oh, Spec just got 50 grand. I'm like, oh, damn. I was like, well, God was looking, is like, if he get back that 15, we gonna give him 10. So boom, I done gave it 15. All of a sudden, next day, 50 that I wasn't even expecting, that wasn't even supposed to come to me in reality. I'm like, dang, like, where this came from? But it like it's not a coincidence. All right, but anyway, honestly, listen, 19 Keys, you're amazing, brother. Always, man. Our connection always been so genuine since day one, bro. And definitely the Ground Zero Summit. We got more of this coming. This is just a sampler, man. Make sure you guys get your tickets right now. You can go register, man, at Bentley / the Ground Zero Summit. Once again, BITILY / the Ground Zero Summit. Go get your tickets. Listen, if you're working on the say I'm working on, if you in, say you in. I got another speaking coming up next. Appreciate you, good brother. Peace.
Yes, sir. Make sure y'all tap in, register, get your tickets.
Yes.
And if you want more of these keys, you know where I'm at.
Yep.
Peace.
19
Appreciate you, go.
Keys. Let's get it. All right, brother. Yeah, we saving this.
What's Hello.
Up? How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I see you've been tapping in lately on the lives. You've been commenting and everything.
I know. You went live yesterday with my girl, and I really appreciated the conversation that you guys were having. It was very authentic.
Okay, so how you feeling about everything? Got your ticket for Ground Zero? What's up?
For me, I feel like everything exists in the mind, right? And fear exists in the mind. So I feel like I'm doing amazing. Nothing has changed for me. That's how I'm staying. That's how I'm rocking. You got to be mentally tough, mentally equipped to get through anything like this. How about you?
Same thing, man. Just staying focused, double downing on the things that matter. Anything that I've procrastinated on, this is my time to execute on it, right? And I've been proficient at that. So I've just been, you know, now figuring out a way that other people that might be off track, how to get them on track. Because so many times I see people off track and trying to figure out how to get on track, but they don't know how. They don't know how. It's like, how do I do that? Like, all right, am I holding myself back? What do I need to be reading? What do I need to be, you know, executing on to get my mind at a state where I can actually execute on my goals and my vision?
So you're stepping into service. You're serving right now.
Oh, I'm always serving. I'm the servant, right? So that's why I created my business, my online business school. That's why, you know, we decided to do, as a collective group, decided to do Ground Zero Summit. And all the speakers came together and we would say, all right, how can we give back to the community? How can we give back to everybody who might be a little confused right now? And what we came up with was the Ground Zero Summit. And we was like, well, how much should we charge? Should we make it free? Well, I was like, listen, a lot of people that when they get things free, they feel like it's whatever, right? Those are the people that complain. Those are the people who, you know, say it wasn't nothing. But the people who pay are the people that be like, yo, I got something out of that. And they go and take the jewels they got and they go execute on it. And now all of a sudden, like, it's not, oh, I'm holding myself back no more. Now they understand how to, you know, take that strain away from becoming successful and, you know, get the tools and the jewels they need to go and make that happen for themselves.
Awesome. I think that's amazing. That's dope. That's really dope. Well, I hope everybody that has been joining in, I haven't seen all of your lives. I did join in yesterday, but I hope that everybody that does come in can give a peace of mind. And before I step out, I got to do a Zoom call. Y'all know Zoom is popping now.
All right, go do your thing.
Yeah, I just want to say before I get off, I think this is an amazing time for everybody to, there's no more distractions, right? There's no more being able to run to things that could be blocking you from your progress. But I just want to put it out there. You got to start with the inner work first. Inner is before outer. So this entire time right now, them demons you've been fighting or running from because you've been in a club every day, every week, because if you in LA, you know how it go. I want you guys to take this time to step into honoring your spirit and honoring the things that you need to tap into. Sit with fear, sit with all your fears. Understand this is I see this as the incubation. Like we're sitting here, we're grounding ourselves. This is the time for you to envision every single desire that you have and understand that you are powerful. Everything that you seek is not outside of you, it is within you. What created you is within you. So if you believe in that higher power, it created life itself, sweetie, you have that inside of you. So this is an amazing time to sit with that. Tap into it, whichever way you can do it, and you will come out on the other end. Okay? That's all I want to say before my Zoom call. I appreciate you for going live with me real quick. All right, babe. Bye.
Peace.
Hey, what it do, baby?
Oh, he in the car.
What's
Hopefully
going
they
down,
moving.
baby?
Last person was in the car. We got some bad signal.
Nah, I'm chilling though. I'm sitting outside. I'm in the car, but I'm thugging.
Okay, perfect, man. Listen, man, last time we was on live, it was crazy. It was
Yeah,
crazy. You went crazy on them, bro.
yeah, we really took it there last time. We had a very decent conversation, dialogue about what needed to happen as far as a culture.
Yeah.
Now I just really want to talk about why people need to be involved and on this and in the Ground Zero Summit. I
All
don't
right.
think it's a better place to be.
Okay, talk to him.
My whole thing is when people ask you what you do, who you are, what's your job description, people always tell you about whether it be I'm an engineer, I'm a doctor, I'm a scientist, I work at Kroger, but my description, what I do with myself has nothing to do with what I do for money. And I think everybody needs to have that same type of mentality, because working from my phone, working from my laptop means I can be at the beach, I can be in my car, I can be on the block, I could be literally doing anything and my money still gonna generate revenue. And everybody don't have that ability right now. And that's why when people start to get laid off and they not essential workers, so they sitting at home, they don't really have nothing to do. They don't have no goals. So back in the G, they used to have it to where, at least in the last recession in the 20s, people was running to California. When people was running to California, they were running to California looking for a job. And it was thousands of people going at a time. And when they got there, they basically was becoming homeless because everybody was there doing the same exact thing. So imagine us all going to the same city right now and nothing is there available. Everything that we went for, it don't exist. And we don't have enough money to get back to where we were. What are we gonna do? Are we gonna go to all of these companies and just, beg basically for crumbs, like, please, I need a job, and these people is in financial predicaments themselves. They having to lay off people. They only need their essential workers. So right now, you got the opportunity to basically just get all of the specialized knowledge that you need. And I think that the Ground Zero Summit is all of the specialized knowledge that you need. You could take that and basically get on YouTube and Googling for 3 days and get all of the information to become an expert in something, and then go to a company and instead of begging for a job, say, look, I see that your business is down because of coronavirus. I think that I have something to offer, and this is it. I think that I can present. The way that you present will give people a total different procedure of how they handle you. And that's what we need to be at. That's why I can act and talk and do what I want to do, how I want to do it, because I know when I'm coming to somebody, I'm coming to bring value, and it ain't really nothing that they can tell me. Either they want this value or they don't.
I like that. And it's all about positioning. It's all about positioning. You come in and you position yourself in a way as an authoritative figure, and you come in like, yo, this is what I do. I see y'all social media down, but guess what? I can turn whatever number revenue you're doing right now, and I double it, or I 10x it, or whatever you're gonna do, and like come in there and like, listen, have your stuff together. But once you're confident behind your expertise, then there's nothing nobody can tell you. You can command the amount of money that you want to actually charge them. because they could see the value, like you said. If I come right now, that's why I'm not even taking no more clients for my company. Like I literally cut it off. We had somebody just trying to pay us like a few days ago, trying to bribe us to come on. I'm like, no, we not taking nobody else because I know my value. And the point is, like, I'm giving too much value even for what I'm even delivering. I'm like, bro, y'all feel like y'all getting over on me at this point, right? It's like we might spend $200 for a Facebook ad and make you $125,000. So why am I getting paid just as an agency, right?
Yeah,
So I had to restructure everything just because I know the value I'm bringing. And the same thing for anybody who's watching this. Once you know your value, you can literally turn people away. You're like, I don't even want you. I don't even want to do business. You can pick and choose who you want to do business with. And that's how you walk into those businesses. That's how you walk into your next interview. You come in like, listen, this is my resume. This is what I've done. This is what I learned. This is what I learned from. This is my certificates. Whatever you say is what's going to be in stone when you step into that with your shit together.
yeah. Then the best part about it is that it doesn't matter where you are, whether you starting a business or scaling a business. If you're looking at how Corona treating us right now, clearly we usually have more than we need, right? So we are operating with excess on a regular day basis. Now we can realize, like, we're not lacking money, we lacking creativity. And if we have the ability to start to create and to be able to bring things forth that people can look at and pull emotion from, or pull a story out of, or pull some practical value or a trigger, or something that relates to the public, then you can get the attention of the people. Now it's about how you gonna convert it. And this is the marketing and the sales and the triggers and the funnels that people need to be able to learn. Like, if you don't have this, you won't be able to be the new rich. You know what I'm saying? It's an old rich that was cool, that stacked their wealth. But when Nipsey and them said that it was gonna be the big company was gonna fold, and new companies was gonna merge and blow up, and it's gonna be new millionaires and new billionaires, that time is coming right now. You're gonna be able to watch it. You're gonna be able to see people go from shit to sugar. And now people got to be able to, like, catch it and be one of those, and not be somebody that's just stuck in the path watching. We don't want to just be no watching.
Yeah. Right, brother, man. Thank you for jumping on, man. I'm gonna definitely get to the next speaker, man. You always come on and drop some gems for the people, man. I always appreciate you. I know you got an hour at the Ground Zero Summit. Y'all make sure y'all get y'all ticket, man. The link is right there. Go to Bentley/the Ground Zero Summit. If you guys are in, say I'm in. If you're working on it, say you're working on it. I appreciate you, brother. See you at the summit.
All right, family.
Peace.